Hi everyone, welcome back. This time I want to show you a quick introduction into AeroSpace. I showed it in my last video already, but here's a bit more insights about it. First off, let's have a look at the configuration. So AeroSpace is a tiling window manager, but it also comes with a virtual workspace setup. And here you can see my workspace setup. So for example, my browser, calendar, development environment. You can also see the shortcut. It's quite easy to configure. It's plain text. Furthermore, you can see how I move windows down here. Basically, these shortcuts, it's the same shortcuts as with workspaces, but I add shift to the shortcut. And with this, I can easily move the windows around to the workspace I want. Now let's go back to the setup that I've prepared. So this setup you've already seen in my last video, and I'm going to show you how I'm working with this. So first of all, one of the main shortcuts that I'm using is cycling back and forth between the last selected workspace. So if I type Alt-Tab, I'm switching between my editor space and in this case the browser space. Makes it quick and easy to navigate and without any delay. Okay, next in this setup, if you recall, I can easily switch between windows with the shortcuts Option H, K, Y, so basically the Vim shortcuts. Quite easy to switch. Now let's say I want to have this window popped out. I type Option Shift F and it's full screen, and I could pop it back in. And same goes for other windows as well. I could pop out the terminal, do some stuff here and pop it back in, and select the IDE and do the same and pop it back in. Okay, and next I could select the service mode. So in service mode, it's basically an additional layer now. I can reassign certain keys. So for example, in this case, if I type H, it reduces the size of the window. If I type L, it increases it. And I could also increase it up and down and yeah, basically size it to the way I need it to be. Yeah, if I type escape, I'm exiting the service mode and I'm back into normal mode. And now I can basically type normally again. Okay, so now let me move the terminal back to its space. Shift T, I'm gonna jump back to the browser space. Now let's say I want to have them in accordion mode and jump back and forth between them. So I go into service mode again and I type comma. Now they're in vertical accordion mode. If I type comma again, they are in horizontal mode, back and forth. And now I can switch between them, and you can see it's basically an accordion that's been cycled through. I could also switch to tiling mode to show them side by side, or one below, one down, and cycle through that again. Yeah, this way I can cycle the modes. I can also increase the size of the window here again, or decrease it depending on how I need it to be. Quite easy to control. If I open a new window, let's say I'm gonna open a new browser window, it's automatically tiled and put on the browser space. I could now move it around how I want. I could join it with the other browser window. Now they're in horizontal tiling mode. I could switch into accordion mode. Yeah. You can cycle through these modes as ever you want. And I can also close the window again. Yeah. Reverting back to normal, selecting the IDE, sending it to the IDE space, browser space, and we're back. Okay, that's it about AeroSpace. If you're interested in the virtual workspace setup, there is also a tool called FlashSpace. It basically also replaces the macOS native spaces with a virtual approach. Quite easy to configure. It supports shortcuts as well. It's way simpler because it doesn't include a tiling window manager. So if you're looking for a better space setup without the tiling window part, then yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.